Perfect. Do you hear yourself?
Slightly. Let me turn my volume.
Turn up the headphone jack. So we don't get tempted. The phones are going way over here.
Ayo.
It's in the library on the table, that's why.
Ooh, excuse me.
Appreciate that. Mine's airplane mode. Billy, you did it last time. Why don't you kick us off with
Another opener?
another opener?
There's gonna be a lot of slurping in this episode.
That's why you're like this.
Bro, you've been hanging in the wheel too much. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Bad Chaperones with the Tres Amigos. My name is Billy Esteves.
I'm Aristotle.
And I'm Kyle Marbe.
So we're back with another segment here for you guys. We're gonna run through some nonsense for the next 30 minutes or so. Give you a little taste of what's going on in our lives.
Yeah, episode 1 was just very factual and informative. This will give you a deeper look into our minds.
Which I don't know if you're ready for.
Christopher Nolan.
I told you I want to be a director. I just don't want to put in the work.
Which I don't know if they're ready for. But, you know what? Whether they're ready or not, they're gonna get it. And that's kind of like
sicko mode.
That's Kyle's mantra with women.
The T-Rex. Sicko mode. Toss it up.
Oh,
Down.
Oh my god, bro.
T-Rex.
You guys gotta pay for the YouTube for this, man.
This is YouTube red for you.
This is YouTube right.
I was talking to a friend of ours, and she was talking about if I wanted to create a television show, I should look into getting it on RedTube. I was like, come again?
What's RedTube?
It is a porn site.
Oh.
She meant YouTube Red. I was like, come again. Do you know what kind of show I'm trying to write? This is not pornographic material. It's supposed to be comedy.
RedTube is like the
Incriminating giggle.
Yeah, just already off to a bad start.
It's like, you know when you get something cheap and it says made in China, RedTube is like that version of YouPorn.
What is YouPorn?
So YouPorn is very
Where do you get your porn?
X videos,
Alright.
sheetsfreaky.com.
Is that actually what you go to?
I'll pull this shit up right now for you.
X
Wait, you
videos.
guys watch porn?
What?
I actually stopped 5 days ago.
Oh.
It's very liberating.
Oh, this is a real thing.
X videos is a real thing.
All that means is that you need a better imagination.
I did it purposely for that reason. I'm writing again. I
Get
need my
creative.
creativity.
Our relationship
flowing.
is probably a little too close because I already definitely told him. So stop watching.
This was definitely a morning conversation at one point. It's like, yo, dude, I gotta stop jerking off.
I got it.
I gotta stop jerking off. I'm like, bro, let me make my oatmeal first before you start my day with that.
I thought we were friends.
After
What
breakfast.
does Tres Amigos mean? I don't know Spanish, but I thought it meant. Apparently not. Apparently it doesn't mean anything.
Kyle, are you slurping on purpose when you drink?
Can you hear me?
I hear it without the headphones.
Boy, you're lying. Can you hear me,
So
bro?
rule, pull back.
There you go. I think, you know what it is? We haven't read Podcast 101 yet.
What's that?
So we're just going to do it, mess up, and then go back and read it and be like, oh, we did that.
Yeah. Your criticism, whether constructive or not, is appreciated
All right.
because it's entertaining regardless.
Well, to be honest with you, if I don't give you criticism, I don't consider you a real friend.
I wasn't talking to you, I was talking to the listeners.
Oh, nice. All right. There I go. Making it about myself.
Always.
Make sure you guys comment and let us know what we are fucking up on, and we will try to fix it next episode.
You know, to be honest with you, I don't care what you think. I don't care what your constructive criticism because I don't want to change how I'm being.
Okay,
I want you to enjoy it for me and for us and for Tres Amigos. I gotta stop saying Tres Amigos. I'm Spanish for Tres Amigos.
The Bad Chappies.
Yeah, Chappies.
I don't mean in regards to the content or how we portray ourselves. I
Technical
mean
aspects.
technical.
And podcast
If
mannerisms.
there's hissing, if we're talking over each other too
If we're
much,
slurping of drinks.
if they're like you guys drank way too much to be on a podcast, that I'd like to know.
Okay. Fair.
Which,
I'm
by
down
the way,
with
you
that.
think so? Get the fuck out of here.
Okay, y'all grow beards, man, and then y'all just fucking.
Little
Hey,
baby
shout
boy.
out the beard gang though.
We do have.
Come
I
in.
brought it back.
Come
Billy
in.
took my white man hair, so I had to take the beard back.
And then I washed it and now I'm back.
Oh,
Why don't you tell the listeners about that? The
Yeah.
little
It's
phase that you went
not a
through?
phase. I'm going back like in 2 days for the refresh. So no, basically, I met a friend and she was like, "Have you ever blow dried and ironed your hair?" And I was like, "No, I didn't know my hair was capable of that." So we did it, and I woke up looking like Aristotle, and I'm not going back.
how'd you handle?
So
the
for
Los
everybody
Angeles?
that can't get a visual on it, for our ethnic listeners, imagine a perm.
I know. Remember, I went to my barbershop and they were like, yo, did you get a perm or some shit?
Yeah, shout out to Ali.
Shout out to Ali for my
Shout out to Ali.
On Melrose, the
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
That's basically what happened. Dude, my hair flows with the wind now. I wake up, I just roll out of bed, and you complain. But I see why you wear hats now, because it's like scratching my forehead, and I'm like, oh, I gotta get out of there. I gotta get rid of this.
And look, it's falling right now.
Right now, it doesn't move the wind, but
I feel
come
like-
Tuesday.
You tried to get what you did. You tried to take my hair, and now you're trying to convince me to get a fade. To switch into your world. I'm not ready for it.
Well, I actually think you will look good with a fade.
Yeah.
You said I'd look like a fuck boy.
Those things are synonymous. Can't be a fuckboy if you're ugly.
Fair enough.
No options for ugly guys.
Beard. Usually
And
works.
I don't know, man. I feel like I'm gonna go
Money?
bald because my dad is bald, and I need a beard if I'm bald.
Yeah,
I
for
feel like
sure.
you have to have a beard if you're bald. That's
Absolutely.
mandatory, right?
Absolutely.
Mhm.
You can't be bald without it, otherwise you're just a
Mr.
fetus.
Clean.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just a cue ball.
What's the villain in Spider-Man? The big guy?
Kingpin.
Kingpin.
Kingpin. You're Kingpin.
Isn't that Daredevil?
With a lot less money.
Both.
Yeah, I think it was a crossover actually.
Yeah, they're both Marvel. So we fought both
Well,
of them.
Kingpin was getting busy.
Apparently he wasn't
Smoke
fat,
with
he was just
everybody.
pure muscle. Like under that trench coat, he was
Pure
just
muscle.
jacked.
Nah, he was
Yeah.
not.
Well, you saw the guy that played him. Wasn't it like Debo from Friday? Did he play Kingpin? No, it was another one of those guys.
Oh no! It's Michael Clark Duncan.
Hmm?
Michael Clark Duncan played Kingpin in one of the movies.
And Daredevil.
Why'd you point at me? I don't know.
Because we just talked about Michael Clark Duncan.
No, we talked about
Oscars.
Michael Harbour or whatever. The Hellboy actor?
Green Mile.
Oh!
Stop drinking.
I don't remember the name. I don't.
Michael Clark
I'm
Duncan.
feeling very excluded out of this.
You never said his name. You said
No, I
Green
said Michael
Mile.
Clark. I said Michael Clark Duncan.
I'm saying before you did.
Yeah.
I just don't listen to you.
Yeah.
You know that already.
Pretty much. Yeah. No, we were discussing the Oscars earlier and how we don't watch that shit.
Why? Because Oscar's so white?
We're gonna have that out.
That's the hashtag, Oscar's so white.
Was that a
3
hashtag
years
this
ago,
That was
year?
last year, right?
It was
That was
like
last
2
year. That's
years
when
ago,
when everybody
last year.
boycotted it. But this year it was pretty
Oscars
spicy
so
filled.
mixed.
Yeah, Oscar's
Yeah,
so diverse.
I know Black Klansman was up. Black Panther was up.
Yeah, but I think Black Panther won in like costume design. They were like, yo, let's
Yeah.
let's give them
it was,
something.
It was actually up for Best Picture. I think,
Yeah.
Which was
That's still an accomplishment.
And
It
they were
was.
like, we gotta give them something. Like, who designed that suit?
the costumes were
Yeah.
crazy.
Absolutely.
But that was last year. I feel like the movie came out so long ago.
It came out like in January, I think, or February.
February.
That's what it is.
Black History Month.
And then I feel like
Makes
every movie
sense.
and
It was just like,
I feel like every movie that comes out in like November, December is just reaching for an
they're
Oscar.
Oscar bait.
Yeah,
so I
wasn't
don't
that,
watch any of them.
Do they qualify for
Not the
Oscars
Bradley
if they
Cooper one?
release in December? Is it like a calendar year?
I think
I
so.
think it's just a
It's
round table discussion. Like, should we let them in?
Well, that was the discussion. Steven Spielberg brought it up. He's like, these Netflix movies shouldn't be up for Oscars. They're on television. They're not film.
Oh.
And he talks about how much more budgeting they get, how much. Apparently, what book or what movie won, or was I think none of us know actually.
For Best Picture?
Yeah.
The Green Book.
What was the other one that was like one word that like was up for a nomination? Whatever it was, regardless.
Something one that was on Netflix.
Wasn't it
I think
the
like a
Queen's
solo,
one?
The solo one.
What was the movie
Free
about
Solo-
Queen?
Solo was like up for something. Isn't that?
Was that a Netflix?
I thought that was like a Netflix documentary.
As you can tell, none of us really give a shit about this Hollywood stuff.
Yeah. No, that's true. They shouldn't because they put up for Globes, I believe.
Yeah, and Emmys. Well, Globes and
I actually
Emmys
don't
too.
feel. I feel like if the format is in the movie format, it should be up for it, no matter what. What it's
But
on.
by that logic, then Game of Thrones should be winning, or in that kind of
It's
those
not really a
categories.
format. It's a
Each
series
episode
format.
is
Like
like-
I'm saying, if movie, like if it's a Netflix
Beginning and
made
end
movie,
in one
yeah, a Netflix
episode.
made movie, then it should by format it should.
Right, it's just using a different platform. I don't see why that should exclude him from winning an Oscar, though. I guess Steven Spielberg's point because he's not.
Are you drunk?
No, is that what you guys were discussing now?
You just
said-
sided with me and then sided with him.
Listen, man, I play the fence now. I get all angles.
It was smooth though. If we didn't catch that low
It
part,
was
we
so
never
quick.
thought that you had like switch. Yo, he's a politician.
Billy lives under a bridge.
And I troll.
He's a
Without
troll.
even knowing, apparently.
That was smooth though. That was actually smooth. But no, I do think that if it's in that format, then it should be an Oscar eligible.
Yeah.
Oscar.
I think his point was that like there's marketing budgets and like Netflix apparently dumped 10 times more into promoting their movie for the Oscars than any other movie did. Because they could.
Right.
But if Steven
So it's like
Spielberg,
politics in the sense where it's like, yeah, just whoever spends more money gets themselves out there more.
but hasn't it been like that always though?
Netflix is like just released.
But no, I
their
mean, exclude Netflix in the decades before. It's
Oh.
been about what
marketing. Yeah.
It's like so because Netflix came in and had more money and did
They do it better.
it should exclude them.
Yeah.
It's
I
all
valid
bullshit.
point. Yeah.
But what I'm getting at is all bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like we did one thing, now you do it 10 times better, you can't do it anymore.
Yeah. So Steven Spielberg, stop crying.
So yeah, basically what he's saying is, why should people with more money be winning?
Yeah. Stop crying.
I don't know what's the
Dumb it down.
criteria to win the Oscar, anyways.
For Best Picture?
Yeah. It's just the Academy votes.
Yeah.
Who the fuck's the Academy?
Do we
They're
know?
like the
And why is
Illuminati.
sales not a factor? Why are numbers not a
Sales
factor?
isn't a factor
because
otherwise
if we base it on that, then it would
Yeah.
be fucking
Aquaman,
Yeah.
Aquaman
gross.
Yeah, that was a
2020.
bad one.
And we went to see it with 4 guys, me, you, Parker, Billy,
Yeah.
and 3 out of 4 hated it.
The
Yeah.
worst part about it was that I remember being an hour and a half in, and they still haven't even introduced the guy that he was supposed to fight.
Yeah.
I was like, we
I
have
should thought it
another
was the
hour
black
in
guy
this
though,
movie.
the really angsty.
Well, they
fucking
were.
black guy.
Yeah, the angsty. I was like,
You're too
you're
angry
one
for
tone.
that.
Roma.
Huh?
Roma.
Roma. That was the movie I was talking
Wow,
about.
I said that and I was like, wait, did they say it already? And I'm just trolling.
It's a really dope pizza spot on fucking Delancey and Essex.
Alright, that's not in LA. Obviously not. No good pizza.
Pizza.
We almost bought pizza today.
I ate pizza at the game.
How was it?
Phenomenal. Then again, it was my first meal of the day.
And your team was losing by 50. So.
I'm saying, but keep it real brief on the sports thing. Your team got smoked.
Oh, yeah, I went to a Knicks game today to play when they were playing the Clippers here in LA, and it was still good ball. They played great ball. I guess I got there 5 minutes. I got there half a quarter late. They were already down by 30. I'm like, all right, I see what the game kind of game is.
At one point, we had to FaceTime Billy during the game. He was at the game with his sister, and we FaceTimed him during the game because they were down by like 40, I think, at one point.
And then I was like, listen, there's no scoreboards in life at all.
No.
Don't keep score. Fine, it's not a competition. Just have fun with it.
Let me ask you a question. Not to stay on sports, but just like, were there any people in the stands?
It was actually, and I said it to my boy that I went to. It was surprisingly crowded and
Like a-
super loud.
Because it's like a Sunday.
That's what. Yeah, that was my next thought.
Nobody had
People
anything.
nobody had anything to do. There's nothing on TV. It's a crappy day in LA. It's
Yeah,
overcast.
it's
It was raining this morning.
Yeah.
Let's go watch a shitty game.
Why not?
I really needed them to win.
No, I'd rather just stay here and watch a good game on TV. Off sports now. So what's we're gonna edit this out.
It's gonna be a rough week with me on Lohan Beach Club.
Okay, yeah.
Do you want to talk about the show?
Well, we can't give spoilers. 'cause
Well, this is not gonna come out till
I was
Wednesday.
gonna drop this tomorrow.
Oh, all right. Well, the show comes out
we
tomorrow.
can talk about what they
Yeah.
posted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they've already posted. There's a preview out that kind of shows and alludes to me, I guess, essentially throwing somebody under the bus.
Snitch.
Yeah, and that's probably the backlash that I'm gonna get. But I don't see it that way.
No,
I got the gifs ready.
What
Yeah.
happened?
I got the
You,
gifs.
oh, you're gonna cover me on social
Nah,
media?
not because you know, we were ready.
Yeah, no, exactly. So we
We're
can
here.
joke with
Yeah.
So it's different when you're out there because you see Sarah and you feel bad because you see firsthand what somebody's doing to her and how they're manipulating her. But yet, how when the cameras are off and she's not around, they're pretending as if they don't give a fuck.
Mhm.
But when she's around, it's like, oh, this girl is my world. I'm like, that's fucked up, man. I have a little sister. I've seen her go through some shit, and since I've seen her go through that, I've tried to even change myself. This is not a pity story about me and trying to better myself in that sense, but it's essentially me saying I've seen what my sister goes through, and I'm like, all right, I can't try to defend her and be a hypocrite if I'm not, I guess, speaking out against this elsewhere.
Fair.
So I see Sarah go through it, and I'm like, I get it. I see it in your face. You're like about to cry about it, but it's not real, girl. Like, do better for yourself. Be smarter.
You know what? That
And by better,
I don't mean me,
Taller.
but if you're looking my
Darker.
way,
part
you know,
of
take a few
cool
steps this
trio.
versatile hair.
Strong Island, baby.
Yeah.
But that's essentially my case in that, and I know I cannot fight the internet because the internet will always win,
Always
and
win.
I know the
No
backlash
matter-
I'm gonna
no
get.
matter-
So I'm gonna do what I do, and I'm gonna troll everybody, and I'm gonna play into it. Yeah, I did that. Fuck it, I'll own up to it. It's on camera. I can't lie about it. Yeah, she asked me. They asked me, "Oh, what happened? What was said?" I'm not gonna defend Brand. He's never done anything for me. I don't owe the guy any loyalty.
You're getting really
At this
heated.
point.
Yeah, man, because
At
it
this
pisses
point.
me off because I know I can't beat the internet.
Yo, it's
in
like
any
a
of that.
Yo,
wave.
you
Surf
can,
it. Don't fight it.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
ride it.
In my opinion, just take the fucking
I know where you. Go ahead, say it.
If I say it before you, and I own it, then it can't hurt me. Like you're owning it right now.
Yeah.
I said it.
The worst thing I
Whatever.
can do is stay
Your
silent.
first, as soon as it airs, your first tweet should say, "Snitches get bitches."
At-
Just like done.
At
and then pin it at the top of my Twitter.
Or retweet that comment below.
I, honestly, Billy, you my boy. I just want to call you Tekashi 691.
Why?
Cause you snitching.
Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Smash
saying.
it.
That's what I'm saying. We're kind of like, we have similar upbringing. So from where we're from, and I get my boys are gonna cut my ass for it as well. For those that don't know what cut my ass means, it means that they're gonna roast me, they're gonna make fun of me.
Yeah.
I know who, you know what I have in mind, right? That's essentially what I'm worried about in that backlash, because from our background and the people that we know, that's how they're gonna come for me.
Right. We're German, by the way.
Yep. If you could,
Yeah.
check out the
It wasn't
YouTube video
obvious.
if you haven't seen it.
Preparing pretzels all day.
Naga.
But,
you know what? It's that. Not to go like too much into it, but it's called dirty macking. You heard of it?
Oh, and it's essentially dirty mac, and it's almost pillow talk, and it's dudes that would kind of throw another dude under the bus to try to get the girl. And at that point, it wasn't my intention
That's
at
how
that
it
point.
would seem.
Of
but
course.
we were there.
Yeah.
We know it's
Yeah.
we know it's different.
No,
but
absolutely.
we know that also there's a product.
Yeah.
So
Everything gets put in a certain place
Yeah.
Right.
during the course of an episode.
Oh, absolutely. But that's why is it right for me to even speak out on it and discuss what happened off camera? Is that me breaking the fourth wall? Is that okay? Am I gonna get in trouble for that? I'm like, do I gotta just, like you say, ride the wave with it?
I mean, you can, to a certain extent, you could just be like, yeah, there's a lot of shit that happens in the house, and I felt something was, but I just wouldn't be specific
Right.
about things
course.
that happen unless they show it.
With you guys, as you guys know me, the battle with me is that I don't care enough to defend myself for it,
Mhm.
but I'm almost put in a position where I have to defend myself for it. Where I have to maybe try to save some face and get people to understand and see it from a different angle, from a different light. Especially I'm not gonna say to our background, people that we grew up within that sector.
well, if you the only people that should matter is somebody that you have a personal relationship with,
Right.
someone that you can actually talk to and be like, bro, it was
Right.
like that.
Other world,
Out.
like other people are gonna be like, not to cut you off, but other people are gonna be like, yo, good for him because now Sarah can finally see what was real and it's gonna be good for that girl.
Hopefully,
I think-
man. I really hope she does.
I think you're forgetting how much hatred there is for Brent. So regardless of what you do, as long as it's like not helping Brent, I think people are going to be supportive. They're like, oh, nobody's going to be like, oh, he kind of said this and that behind his back. They'd be like, fuck that kid. Good, he had it coming.
Facts.
So
It's just I'm gonna be fighting two different battles here.
It's okay.
Welcome back.
You got us.
Nah.
Man.
we'll be here with you on the couch, tweeting, going in on each
Leave our
other.
lives away.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop the biggest
Yeah.
tweet on you before anybody
You
else.
already have
can.
it
Just-
ready?
just- I don't have it yet, but I'll
Okay.
think of something tonight when I'm drunk.
You're not drunk yet?
Oh my god. The
this
thing is
is
that-
Fine.
yeah.
This is. I mean, up until this point, how do you guys feel about this experience? We're going into week 9 as of this podcast.
the actual show, like from what we've seen, like
So
just
we
watching
you know,
ourselves.
the experience was twofold: the actual filming,
Yeah.
and then what
Watching.
we filmed is. I wouldn't say vastly different, but it's a small sliver of what we lived when we were out there. So
Yeah.
at this point right now, and especially for you because you haven't been getting as much airtime, but you were a fucking integral part of the house when we were out there.
Yeah, I think because it's drama heavy versus like comedy, I guess, and I feel like we were always just joking around. That's why I got excited when they had that joke I said, because I was like, I think that's the first funny thing that I've said on the show. And I was like, I feel like I made people laugh while I was there, but maybe I was just blacked out.
I loved it.
What was the joke?
Brent's like, who else has had sex in this house? And I just go, I've jerked off. It was like the only, and I was like, everything else about me was like, oh, is he gay or is he straight? Is he gay or is he straight?
But that's what sucks, and I feel like going into it, we kind of looked at it as a Jersey Shore in Mykonos.
Mhm.
We were like, oh, these guys have fun. These guys are just gonna drink, have fun, party, show people what a life in Mykonos can be like.
Yeah.
I don't even think we're giving Mykonos a good name if we're going over there and just trashing each other. Or from what they show is that we're essentially spoiled little brats who don't know how to take advantage of a situation and be appreciative for it, and we're just trashing each other over there.
So yeah, what about you? I feel like because you came on late and you we're pretty drama free for most of the time.
I would say as of this point, I'm pretty satisfied with the amount of airtime we got. But I know why I'm getting the amount of airtime I'm getting.
You slept with all the producers?
Absolutely. 1, step your game up, bro. Rookie. 3.
Audio
No,
engineer,
I'm just a squirrel.
talent manager.
I'm just a squirrel in your world, man.
Yeah, but I do hate that there's a lot that's not being shown, like the developing of relationships, and not just romantic relationships, like friendships.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we live together, so we developed a friendship while we were out there. There are friendships between me, you, Mike, and Alex.
Yeah.
That would be good to expand on. I think Janita and Sarah's friendship gets their due.
Yeah.
But that's kind of like narrative driven.
Yeah.
Why it does. I think you don't see enough of Mykonos, like actual Mykonos. It's literally just house. Beach club. House beach club. You don't see a lot of our nights out.
Yeah.
And I think the gold was in transit while we were in the van.
Vans.
Oh my God, I believe there could be a show off of like the footage just from our vans from the beach club back to the house, which we were drunk.
Yeah.
From the beach club, from the house to whatever club we were going to that night, we were drunk. And then leaving the club back to the house, also drunk.
It's supervillain night?
Oh my God.
I was like, oh, please put that in there.
We should really talk to someone in production about like at least seeing it.
Yeah. Just let us get that clip. Get us like a 1 minute cut of that just to have. Because you guys, if you watch the show, you'll see like they have bits and pieces of us in the van. Nothing in Mykonos is close. So anytime we commuted from the beach club to our villa or the villa to a nightclub or restaurant, it was like 20, 30, 40 minutes every time.
Yeah.
We did that trip on average, I would say 2 to 4 times a day. So that's hours and hours of footage of us hanging out in these vans with GoPros, which by the way, the angle, do you remember the first time they showed you? It's just like, it's so zoomed in and split. It's just like
sitting in the middle, my long neck, skinny head just does not show well on the fisheye.
No, you saw mine. I like the fucking alien creature. I
Oh,
was like,
yeah.
Billy, I got fish-eyed.
Yeah.
I got fish-eyed.
You extended doors.
Bro, it's like fucking like touching the fucking window.
the cone.
Yeah. We gotta get Kyle, get this fucking newbie.
But that was because it was like there was 5 of us together in a closed confined space, like shooting the shit. It wasn't like small groups. So like that was when everybody actually was like conversing and hanging out.
Yeah.
And they haven't shown any of it.
We had so much fun, dude, and it's not shown. That's the annoying part, man.
There was a good amount of drama, but there was also like a good amount of fun, man. Like we had an enjoyable time. I think we will finally get a window, or the viewers will finally get a window into it this coming week, because we've seen snippets of our barbecue night, which I felt was the majority of it was fun.
Yeah, the pre barbecue, when it was us and like we were drinking before everything even started, was a blast
in the pool.
Yeah.
And
Or if you even want to take it back to when we were downtown Mykonos, when we were running around, split up,
yeah.
So,
Hopefully, but that was, I mean, you think about it. So, Kayla came in, and like now that we're looking back, she probably came in because historically she stirred up drama on MTV shows. She's been on The Challenge, and we all were actually getting along. And like, this isn't gonna work. We need to throw a wrench into this plan. But the thing is, most of us got along with Kayla the first day, and they're like, well, fuck, this isn't working out at all.
that backfired on them.
Yeah.
Maybe she didn't even expect that.
She didn't. You said like the first day, she was like, I'm ready to kill somebody. And you're like,
Like, it's not that kind of show, girl.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
We're not playing for a prize. There's no
Rest in peace,
spirit behind
Kayla.
it.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
She's alive. What do you mean?
Are you saying like rest in post production or?
Yeah, rest in production.
Oh.
What are you talking about, you weirdo?
Sorry, it's a white thing. R.I.P. Yeah, I thought it was rest in peace. I guess
Sicko.
outdated,
Oh man, bro.
but it was good.
Now she came in, she did her thing, man. She's still doing her thing.
Absolutely.
She's not giving up. Yeah, she's gonna remain relevant for the rest of the show.
If you guys are not following Kayla, I believe it's at Kayla Casillas.
She paid us for that.
I'm not gonna know how to spell that.
Yeah.
I could guess, but I'd be wrong.
Guess. It'll pop up.
Casillas. You're on Duolingo now. You gotta know this.
Yeah. What are you doing these
No,
days?
is there is it just one or is
Oh
it
yeah,
like
it's just one
underscore?
word. It's just one word.
Got it. I didn't know if she didn't. I forgot the underscore.
She has a really interesting.
Oh, Billy's clearly on her IG all the fucking time.
She talks a lot, bro. That girl's a yapper.
She's having really interesting daily exchanges with upper management at Lohan Beach Club.
Upper management. Yeah.
It's gold, man. You guys should go check it out, definitely.
But yeah, now we're back. So we have a few episodes left, and none of us have any idea where it's going.
4, to be exact. I'm okay with that though. Because that gives us something to look forward to. Like, shit, is it going to be a good episode? Is it going to be a crappy episode from our perspective? Are we going to be on there as much? And
yeah, I don't even know what's.
We're very much watching it as you guys are watching it.
Mm-hmm.
We have an idea of what's going down, the big events, but we have like the in between, the meat. We have no idea.
No.
We have no idea how they're going to arrive to these points. So
I think it's just that we see episode 9 and what they're showing. And we're like, how far into the month did that happen?
yeah.
But if
We'll
you-
see at the very end.
If you remember the last 2 days, with a
Insanity.
lot.
Yeah.
Insanity.
Or the last week or so.
A lot.
Oh no, you're
No,
right.
like
Last
literally the
couple
last 40. Remember, they told us like, all right, this is like, you guys are going home in like 24 hours, and like, boom, 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 boom. We're like, what the fuck?
days. We didn't sleep that last day.
Yeah,
Remember?
no.
A lot of shit went down, and it was like straight to pack our bags straight to the airport.
I literally blacked out and came out of it, and like had to get on a van to go home.
I heard a watermelon ended up in a pool. Or some fruit.
A
some
bunch
kind
of
fruit.
things.
Some kind of fruit ended up.
Oh my, I forgot about that whole thing.
Yeah.
How that ended up there, but
Fun times, man.
yeah.
Fun times.
So what about now? We're back in LA.
We've been back. Don't lie to them.
Yeah.
I'm trying to hop out of.
Dude, we did a whole episode last week about us being in LA and living with each other.
No, I wasn't doing that. I was jumping out of Mykonos for a minute
Yeah, we
and just being like, hey,
Aegean
that's
Airlines, we're back.
done. We're here.
We're trolling you. You're not this one.
How about
I'm
Aegean?
explaining for the listeners or viewers.
Aegean Airlines, Asian Airlines.
Aegean Airlines.
Aegean?
I think it's
Is
pronounced
it?
Asian though.
Is there an S?
No, it's
Aegean.
the GA.
Aegean.
Yeah, we're
Aegean.
really talking about this right now.
Aegean.
You're gonna listen to
C.
the spelling of Aegean, Asian
Aegean
Airlines.
C.
So Aegean.
We actually weren't in the Mediterranean. We were in the Aegean Sea.
Fuck.
Wow.
We weren't at the Medi?
I gotta go delete a bunch of tweets.
I think the Aegean
Aegean.
Sea connects to the Medi, but I don't think we were like in the
So
Mediterranean.
which one did you guys almost drown in?
Oh, they didn't
Oh,
show
they
that,
didn't.
man. Do us justice. Come on, BNP. All right, you want to tell a story? I feel like you'll tell a story better.
I'll start it off.
Yeah, okay.
So during Pride, I don't know if they ever actually saw footage of it, but there was like giant inflatable flamingos in the Medi, Aegean Sea, whichever it was. And at one point, one of them, they were all tied down. One of them got loose, and it was a windy day, so it started getting blown away. Gabby runs up to me and tells me Lindsay needs me for something. I'm in the middle of helping a VI client. I'm like, all right, what does she need? I'll do it. She's like, no, you got to run over to Lindsay. Figure it out. I don't know if you saw footage from last episode. I was trashed that day. So I'm running over to Lindsay, like trying to like compose myself, and she says, hey, look out in the ocean. See that float? Go get it for me. I was like, what? Excuse me? She's like, go get that for me. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go grab some help, figure out a plan. She's like, no, right now. Right now, go. So I take off, sprinting towards the water, jump in, start swimming. Within 30 seconds of trying to fight the current, I'm like, never gonna happen. Not gonna make it. So I end up swimming to the right, unhooking another flamingo.
And these
And-
flamingo floats are huge.
Huge. You could fit 4 people laying down on it.
Yeah.
Like 8 people if they're sitting. And then I start putting my arms like a little paddleboard or whatever and just kicking it with my feet, chasing this fucking thing for dear life.
How do we not have footage of this dude?
No, they have footage. They for sure have.
I just feel like I can imagine what your thought process is. You're like, wow, this could be a good audition for the challenge.
Oh my god!
I hope we gotta watching all of this right now.
We had a couple moments. Remember, jumped over the wall, like walking through the pricker bushes to get a volleyball. I came back bleeding. They're like, the producer's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm like, "Challenge audition."
Hashtag challenge.
Like, what is
Are you talking in hashtags?
Survivor's gonna call you. American Ninja Warrior's gonna call you.
But at this point, I look and the thing's going 10 times faster than I am. It's like a half a mile away. I barely see it. So I kick my feet under the float and start trying to swim back. Not happening. And then...
How did you see it?
I didn't see shit.
Yeah, the binoculars, apparently.
So I was actually helping a VIP client.
With your tongue?
Yeah. You know. Gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Well, I'm kind of curious because you started the story saying this was a pride party.
Oh, low blow.
Love is love, bro.
True.
No,
We believe that.
I am a
This is
straight heterosexual man, and I love all people. No, so May runs over and she comes to me and she goes, "I need you. Ari needs your help." And I was like,
May?
"Okay, give me 1 second." Yeah, May came over
Love
and ran to
May.
me. Super dramatic, just like
Alright, sure have. Like stuck in the air. Like, ah.
That sounds
Little
exactly
cartoon
like
figure.
it.
So she's like, he needs your help. He's in the water, and he went to go get a float for Lindsay. And I'm like, all right, give me a second. She was like, no, you need to come now. And she like points out to the fucking Aegean Sea, Aegean. Aegean.
We don't know. The water.
Aegean Sea. And
Evian?
Ooh,
The LBCC.
Ooh,
Evian.
ooh, fancy. So she points out, and I see this little float and just hair. Really nice hair, actually. Ari's like hanging on, like you're like he's tiny, honestly.
God.
So I was drunk, as we all were at the pride party, I believe. And I jump in and I start swimming out there, and I'm like swimming my fucking ass off. And like halfway out there, my body just gives up. I'm like, all right, fuck, it's a wrap. I don't know if you know how far you were out, bro. It seemed like you were like a mile out in the water.
It was far because the deck or whatever it was where the other boat was, that was like 100 yards away, and that was like 200 yards
Right.
long.
So this was not like put your feet down in the water, like what? This was deep water where Ari was at, and so like my body shuts down like halfway out there, and I'm like, okay, cool. So I have to turn on my back, and I have to like do the like fucking otter shit where you fucking. So I'm like a fucking sea otter trying to get out to Ari, and I get to him, and so I thought the float that he was hanging on was the float that Lindsay sent him out to get. And so I get to him, like, "You're good, man, let's take the float back." He was like, "This is not actually the float." He points out, like, I swear this shit is in Athens, bro. Like, fucking flamingo, like, way out past the rocks. And I feel like Lindsay knew that it was that far out there, and she just sent you out there.
Yeah.
So instead of firing, she just wanted to kill you.
Blocked.
She's like, I'm so bad at firing, but this.
Yeah.
So
You've been good all week. Can't really fire you because no reason. I'll just have
I'll
you
just
die.
kill you. I'll just kill you. So we get out there, and I hold on to the float because I'm exhausted by the time I get out there. Everybody on the beach is small. Everything is tiny. You can barely hear the music from the pride party, which was loud as fuck. We were far out. So we start trying to kick, and we're not moving at all. Like, the current is so strong where we're at, we're not moving. Two grown-ass men in decent shape. Ari's kind of...
At that point, 4 weeks in, no.
I said decent shape.
Yeah.
Went to the gym 4 times or nothing. Anyway, so we were kicking, and we're not moving at all. And like, by some grace of God, bro, we ended up back on the beach eventually.
We both had to, I feel like we leaned over with holding with our left hand. It was kicking, and then every time we did a big swoop with our right arm, we got a foot.
Yeah.
It was like 150 of these to get
So
back.
we actually lost 2 castmates that day. And this is like not an exaggeration at all. We were like far out. We were actually in the area. If you guys remember from episode 6 when Lindsay took us on the yacht, we were out where the yacht was at.
Yeah.
So we're out where the yacht was at on a inflatable flamingo.
Mm-hmm.
So gives you some kind of
Yeah, I was like,
I was hoping at one point in that story that you cut to saying, and then I stole the jet ski from the side of the side of the harbor and I just went out the stairs.
She probably fired me, dog. You're gonna use a jet ski to save one of your castmates?
What's crazy is the guys. There was a boat on the deck,
And you didn't even tell them what you thought about, like what you were gonna do.
I was literally just gonna. I was like, all right. Obviously, the float's getting blown by the wind and current more than my body is. Like, should I risk letting it go and trying to swim to the deck or dock? But if I get tired, now I'm dead because I have nothing to float on.
man.
And then he told me, he was like, honestly, bro, I was just gonna hold on to the float and just go out to where the boats were.
Yeah.
Where the boats were, like in deep water, just have them pick me up.
Yeah. Because the guy was yelling at him. He doesn't speak good English. He's like, oh, we'll call for a boat to get you.
You know, it's crazy.
What the
It's
fuck?
crazy that I put myself in your position and I imagine myself doing that. And after getting exhausted and looking back at the bolts, I'm like, damn, I hope the cameras caught this right now.
Yeah. No, when we came out of the water, and I was like, all right, look alive. My favorite fucking line. When we come out of the water, I'm like, yo, look alive when we come out. Like, walk like, we're like wheezing and shit, like,
and then they wanted to cast pictures.
Yeah, they're like, yo, guys, Lindsay wants you to come out. Like, yo, we just swam from fucking, like, London.
Yeah.
Motherfucker. What are you talking about? And then I don't know if you remember, I came to you, I was like, yo, Lindsay just made me, like, go save Ari. Ari was down there. He was like, why didn't you call me? Of course.
Why do I think I have all the answers to this shit? Oh my god,
Like
bro.
a jet ski?
Dude.
This is just come out with a jet ski.
Yeah.
I swear I would have pointed at the camera like, yo, watch
This way.
like, yo, jet ski.
That's when I was like, yo, like,
Aquaman.
so this shit, like, not gonna get shown.
Yeah.
And it's like, I understand it's not, I mean, it's dramatic for us, but like, a camera from 100 yards away, 200 yards away, it's like, it's gonna be like, all right, what's going on? But for us, living it, I'm like, what the
dude.
fuck?
But
It was a good movie.
I seen Ninja on that the drone. They would have got clear footage.
Oh, hell yeah. Can you imagine the filter that they have in the editing room?
Yeah.
If we died,
No.
Aristotle and Kyle just quit, decided to take a flamingo
God.
to
No,
No,
Rhodes.
how about we don't show up back to the beach and Lindsay fires us, not knowing that we're dead.
With a
And then her response would have been like,
fired.
She was like, listen, it's tough business. If you die, I'm sorry, but you're fired.
You're not representing the brand right if you're dead.
And
Yeah.
then you're like, but Lindsay, don't talk over me. It's disrespectful.
Yeah.
Don't talk over me.
But Lindsay, I died for 2 days.
Dude,
It's fine.
That's my new motto.
It's fine.
Don't talk over me. It's disrespectful.
Do you have a tattoo on your hand? Are you gonna cry? No, you're fired. Ah.
Lotus flowers for everybody.
Apparently, they have tattoo owners in Atlantis, wherever you were.
Huh? They're gonna have tattoo artists in Atlantis?
You should have gone when you were on NC.
We're gonna die.
Yeah.
Just bring it all around.
Yeah.
I'm so lost.
Full circle.
It's
It's
okay, baby boy.
where we at?
Where
How
we
we
at?
feeling?
What we at?
37.
37. We rolling.
We gooch.
We gonna get out of here, guys.
Yeah.
Yeehaw.
We appreciate your time,
We had fun with this one.
your ears, your eyeballs. You know what I like?
What
I
do you
like handwritten notes.
I'm a fan of horse-drawn carriage.
I'm a fan of pantyhose with a rip in the foot.
I am a fan of ink quill pens under candlelight.
I'm a fan of crushed ice.
Are you guys trolling somebody? Is there something
Rami
on
Malek.
Twitter?
Rami Malek did something.
It's
It's
like
like,
serial killer.
it asks a question, like, so what are you a fan of? And he just responds like, I'm a fan of mahogany.
Honestly, bro, I don't even feel like they asked him what he was a fan of. I feel like they asked him like some random question. It was like, yo, what's your favorite food? He was like, I'm a fan of Long Beach waffles.
And then they
What?
flipped it, right? They edited it and
Bruh,
flipped it on
no,
him.
this is
it's
straight.
continuous.
He
He's
just
serial.
keeps going. They
You
don't
gotta
prompt him again. It's just, he just keeps saying, I'm a fan of stuff.
Do you think he's still in character? Is he method acting?
I'm sure he's still
definitely
fucked up.
something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, seriously.
I'm sure he's still fucked up.
Wow, congrats to that guy on his Oscar.
Rami
I
Malek,
hope it's worth it.
congrats. Is it Rami or Rami?
It's whatever we want it to be at this point.
Mr. Malek, congrats, man.
Mr. Robot.
Oh, iRobot. Mr.
No,
Robot.
Mr. Robot.
Fuck
Not Will Smith.
Will Smith, come be on our podcast, bro.
Come chill with me in Philadelphia.
Will Smith
All right,
was
guys. It was good having you, and we hope to see you again next week.
Bad Chaperone.
Bad Chappies.
And remember, guys, don't talk over me. It's disrespectful. Woo! Oh, we gotta come up with all. We can all do it together,
Bro. I
feel like that was good.
We could.
That was fun. I feel like it was